Hello, can everybody hear me all right? Back to loud. Perfect. Okay, everybody back. Thanks. Welcome everybody to our first meeting of the fall semester here. Welcome to the Investment Society. Is it anybody's first time here meeting with us? First time in the Investment Society? Raise your hand. All right. Good to hear. How many of y'all are freshmen or sophomores? Nice, a good portion. And juniors and seniors? Yes. Great. Good to hear. Is anybody here a non-business major? Great. Okay. Well, welcome to everybody here to join the Investment Society. So we're going to cover what we do, a little bit about our history, and what to look forward to in the upcoming meetings. This general meeting today will be pretty short and simple, straight to the point. So here's my name is Sanchez. I'm the president of the Investment Society, and this slide here presents our general meeting agenda. So next week and the following weeks, we'll be covering this sort of template here, and we usually start off with a quote and an outperforming moment, which we'll show right now in a second. And we also have presenters that cover the market outlook and economic perspective, and also M&A deals that are ongoing. We will also have Professor Sweet doing some sweet spot every weekly meeting or so. If not, we'll have guest speakers and special. And John too. Yes. And also at the end, we'll provide more updates and stay up to date with us, as well as what to look forward to on social events and what we'll have on. So, like I mentioned, we usually start our meetings with a quote here, and this quote is directly from Benjamin Franklin himself, and the quote goes, "An investment in knowledge pays the best interest." Investing in yourself is probably the best thing you could do at an early age and on the start, and you could do at any moment because it pays well. You want to invest in your knowledge. So this is a good quote. I think it resonates well within me, and I hope it impacts y'all to really prioritize learning more, especially here at UTSA. And then we also follow having outperforming moments. And in this case, since we have a lot of new faces, I think we'll give a spotlight to all MDs to give us an example of what kind of things we want for outperforming moments every week. And my outperforming moment for this week is a recap of my summer when I interned with UTMCO. And an outperforming moment I had was that I had my internship extended to the fall. So I'm currently still interning with them, which I'm super glad about. And now our other MPs will give their outperforming moments in order.
Hello everyone, I joined the Polos now in Colorado. I'm interned with HD. Pretty well. Everyone, I usually go to Wells Fargo and I got a number back, so I'll be going back to somewhere to work with them again. I'll be able to speak out more, get a couple of new members out, and like that, I'll be able to be appointed in social care. Well, just this Tuesday, I signed my offer with credentials. I'm happy to be going there to San Francisco starting in January.
I'm the vice president, and I interviewed with a great firm last week, as well as I got an interview on Friday, so I'm hoping to get all over there.
And got it. A couple interviews lined up for next summer. That's now for more.
This past summer that led me to turn out. But I'm still interviewing with a lot of firms for full-time roles.
One more round of applause for all MPs with their outperforming moments. It's great successes, and that's what we hope from all our members here. So if you're part of the Investment Society, that's what we're going to promote, and pure outperforming moments. So whenever throughout the week and you meet with us in our weekly meetings and you have an outperforming moment, raise your hand and we'll give you the recognition. And now for a little history about the society. So we were founded by Sanchez in 2008. He graduated in 2009 and worked in Wall Street with Goldman Sachs for approximately 5 years or so. And this is a quote here you can read and interpret for yourself there, but I bolded one sentence here that really impacted me the most, because he said, when you lack the opportunity, you must create one for yourself. He recognized that UTSA needed a club organization where a lot of people alike with similar interests in finance and whatnot can talk together and speak and network and really build those connections as well as learning together. So this is what we are today now, a great history, and we're here to really impact people within the investment society and learn to grow and hopefully put you on Wall Street as well. So how we help you outperform. Within the society, we have, of course, our successful alumni network, just like Sergio and many others that are in Wall Street and New York, any profession you really are interested into. So we have the access to our great alumni here that come and speak to us as guest speakers in our weekly meetings throughout the semesters, as well as we help with professional development. So we have these classes and sectors that Professor Sweet will speak about soon in the meeting here. And then, of course, in our weekly meetings, as we mentioned a lot in our taping events this whole past week, we discuss the financial markets and we listen on these weekly updates and we get opinions from everybody here as MDs. And then, of course, we give you the opportunity to gain investment experience here. So you participate in the sector teams, the classes that we provide you with, as well as the MarketWatch competition, which we'll also mention soon here. So now, let's give a full detailed introduction to who your managing directors are for the academic year for the Investment Society. And of course, my name is Ana Sanchez. I am the president, like I mentioned before. So I'm a senior now, and I'm going to be graduating next semester, spring of 2023. My major is finance, and I do have a minor in computer science. I'm finishing this semester, hopefully. And I am originally from Brownsville, Texas. Is anybody from the Valley here? Okay, yes, we have my people, nice. So I'm from the Valley as well, and my career goal listed here is to be an investment analyst. Hopefully I get a return offer from UTMCO. I'm hoping on it, and I do want to pursue my CFA. And I joined in fall of 2022 for the Investment Society, and that same semester I also decided to challenge myself and do what I don't like doing, which is like public speaking and such. But I challenged myself and I ran for treasurer and I won for the Investment Society. So now I am president, so I've grown definitely a lot with the Investment Society here. And now on to the VP here, Anthony.
Hello, my name is Anthony Hollis, and I joined right after summer in fall 2020 in the midst of COVID, and I'm really glad I did. Probably some of my favorite experience was doing the market outlook every week, is being real in tune with the market and reporting on all the indices. I was also able to take advantage of getting the Bloomberg Market Concepts certification, and that is on the Bloomberg terminal, and you learn a whole lot there. This semester, I'm hoping to attend some classes by some other MDs and hopefully maybe teach something myself. I hope to have a career in consumer wealth management and possibly CFP.
Hi everyone, my name is Jason Burkhart. Finance major, senior right now, graduating May of 2023. So I joined the Investment Society in spring of 2020. I like to say that that's when I actually joined. My freshman year, I attended some of the class meetings, but kind of wasn't present until, coming up to spring 2020. Now going on, my summer 2021, I had the opportunity to go to LA, DC, and New York to work with Causeway and Artemis Real Estate Partners. Artemis Real Estate Partners is a private equity real estate shop. Causeway is a investment management firm. Going on to fall 2021, I ended up pursuing real estate more. It's what interests me the most out of my internships, and did one with JLL. The parent of that was Project Destin, who helped me get into that. Going on spring 2021, I wanted to teach more people about what I learned. And so I taught a class for Excel for interviews. So learning about, how to forecast, just things like that. And in summer of 2022, this past summer, I worked with Fortress Investment Group. They're a hedge fund where I worked on their credit fund and then their hybrid hedge fund, which is interesting, but more questions on that later. But this semester, I'll be the treasurer, so collecting all you guys' money, but also distributing it so you guys can do a lot of good things with your future.
What's up, everyone? My name's Juan Carlos. I'm expecting to graduate next fall 2023. I'm a finance major with a minor in management science. I was raised in Monterrey, Nuevo León, Mexico. And this is a little bit about my experience. My senior year of high school, I interned at a stock trading firm in Austin. It was called Kirshner Trading Firm, and basically trading stocks every day, and you had to bring information about what you thought the stock was going to go, and that's that internship. Then I interned at the IRS as an extraction intern. Another great experience, a lot of learning experiences that you can add to your resume and then get bigger opportunities. Then the fall of 21, I was director of mergers and acquisitions, and now I decided to run for Market Outlook. And then this past summer, I interned with Wells Fargo in their finance program in Charlotte, North Carolina, with the equipment finance team. It was a great experience. I learned a lot. And like I previously mentioned, I got the offer back, so I'm going back with them next summer. And if you have any questions or want to learn more about interview tips or anything about that, don't hesitate to ask me.
Good on, guys. My name is Alex Montemayor. I joined the society in fall of 2021. I started as a junior analyst, and going on, go to spring 22, still junior analyst. Summer 22, I got a real estate private equity internship doing our real estate acquisitions. Now fall 2022, I'm the chief economist. I'm going to be helping out the senior analyst for the REIT sectors. As you can see, I'm an econ major. My hometown's Laredo, and I'm pursuing a career in real estate and investment banking. I'm a junior. It's good.
Hello, everyone. My name is Waylon. So I'm a business analytics major with a minor in finance. I joined the society same time you guys did last year in the fall. And then I was just a member for the first semester, just came to the meetings regularly. And then I decided to be a senior analyst for the communication services sector, and then a student teacher for Tableau. And then I had an internship at HP, doing supply chain, mostly data visualizations, using Tableau again. And then this semester I got to be the mergers and acquisitions chair, and I'm gonna teach Tableau again for a student class. You guys should come out. Tableau is pretty important if you're visualizing it, if you have any data, you don't really want to visualize it on Excel. Tableau looks quite a bit better, and also it's on a lot of job postings now. So my hometown is Orange Grove, Texas. I want to be a data analyst, and I'm senior.
Yeah, there you go.
How's it going, everyone? My name is Andrew Hernandez. You guys can call me Drew. I see a few people I recognize from class over there, but basically, I'm a senior here at UTSA. I've been with the society for quite a while. I might be one of the lifers here since 2019, pre-COVID. My anticipated graduation is fall of 22, so I should be coming up on that date pretty soon, and I am a real estate major, which sort of is where I started my journey here at UTSA, really through the investment society. Back in 2019, I guess explored my first opportunity trying to be a junior analyst with our tech sector here. I was under the guidance of Kevin Espinoza and Ramsey Ochoa. I don't know if anyone knows them, but they're definitely great people, great mentors. And after a semester of doing that, I felt I was comfortable enough with Excel and just finance principles to take on a role as a senior analyst myself. And I did take over for Kevin as the senior analyst for that class, for that sector, as well as teaching Bloomberg and equity research just as a separate class on my own. You notice there's a gap there. There's COVID happened, and I decided to take a year abroad. I was studying at the London School of Economics then, and fortunately, while I was there, I did strike an internship offer with Nuveen Asset Management doing real estate acquisitions. That was between New York City and London. Did come back to the U.S., back in Texas, here in the society, and decided to teach pretty much what I learned in real estate. I was a real estate investment instructor. I do see a few of my students back there, so I'm happy to see them back. Again, went through the whole interview process, came across LaSalle Investment Management out of Chicago, and struck my offer and went there last summer. Of course, I'm back here now. I'll be a senior analyst one more time. I'll be taking over the REIT sector, so real estate, and I'll be a class instructor for real estate investments again. And then, of course, like I just mentioned, I did strike my offer with Prudential, and that'll be in San Francisco starting in January as a full-time analyst. I'm originally from Houston. My career goal is I'm trying to be a banker too. I did join in 2019, and it's only been an amazing time since then. So happy to be here. Definitely come back after the meeting. Ask me any questions about my experience. Happy to help.
Hello, I'm Juan Sanchez. I am a sophomore. I don't really have too much under my belt, but this year I'm really going to go look out for it and be more proactive, joining clubs, socializing, and I am the social chair, so that's good for me to socialize. So I am going to take care of events to hold for you guys, have fun, network, bring in some alums, and really get to chatting. I know I got to talk to 3 alums last semester in spring at Chicken and Pickle at an event we held, and that was pretty fun. I got on the LinkedIn, and I joined the society fall 2021. I was just a member showing up to Wednesday meetings. Should have joined classes. I didn't, but this year I'm gonna try to get classes, especially with my schedule a lot more open. So I am a student assistant for the finance department here upstairs in college, and help around with Ms. Becky, helping people with the fact exam. And I'm from Brownsville, Texas, sophomore. Probably interested in being a fixed income analyst. Still need to research more, but definitely interested into that. Thank you.
So as you can see, we have quite successful gentlemen here on the MD board, as well as myself, with great past experience, whether it be having several internships or work experience. And look forward to chatting more about that in our next general meeting, where we'll have a little breakdown discussing everything we did during those internships. And now I'll pass it over to Sweet to discuss the classes and sectors we got going on for this semester. Round of applause.
All right, good to see y'all, especially freshmen and sophomore. That's great. Did y'all notice how many people are graduating in our MDs this next year? Who's going to take their place? So we need some leadership. So I wrote a blog. This is my last blog I wrote, and I decided to focus on how college students can be successful as college students, because I've noticed the last 10 years, the gap between the best and the not so best students has gotten really, really wide. And so I started asking the question, okay, this summer I went and visited over 120 of our alums, 9 different cities, cost me a fortune, took them all out to dinner, stayed in all different hotels, rode my bike in every city, and boy, they're successful. Some of them are just blowing me away. Some are like, I have no idea what you're talking about, because they've gotten so specialized. UTSA is not tier 1, we're tier whatever's above tier 1. Our students are killing it. It is really amazing. They're absolutely blown away. But asking the question, why are these students so successful? What's different about them? And you'll notice I've had professors tell me, yeah, my class there's the investment society students and there's everybody else. These guys want to go about 99 miles an hour. These people want to go about 10 miles an hour. They're in the school zone. They're in the professional zone. They want to move. So what's the difference? So this is what I wrote my blog is to say, what is it with these students? They're engaged in their classes. They come prepared. So they don't go to class because they want to get a degree. They go to class because they want to know more than anybody else so they can get the jobs. You can't waste time on a bad professor in a bad class. They read in advance. They Google terms. They watch YouTube videos. I have a list of books and podcasts I recommend. They give me more of those things. That's the kind of things they're doing. They're focused on learning, not on grades. I just talked to a student today. I don't know if he's in here, but he's got a 4.0 and he's about to graduate and he's like, I got to protect that 4.0. And that's good. The negative of that is we do really bad stuff to protect the 4.0, like avoiding hard classes. And you almost want to make a B early on, just get it out of the way and then just focus on learning. If you focus on learning, you'll probably make mostly A's. But if you focus on getting A's, then you start avoiding the hard stuff. You got to take the hard stuff. Plus, employers don't care that much between the 3.5, 3.6, 3.7. The 3.5 is important. Y'all agree with that? So if you're down on 3, you need to push it up. 3.25 is kind of the bare minimum. Why? Because most employers at 3 means you have as many C's as A's. So you got to somehow push that up. I've had students that had that problem. I've had some students that started off really badly and they ended really strongly. I wrote them really strong letters of recommendations of, hey, ignore the GPA. This student knows what they're doing. You need to hire them and it works. You can get around it, but it's better not to have to get around it, right? So get the grades, but get the grades not by avoiding the hard professors. Get the grades by being an engaged student. Learn to teach yourself. The one thing employers want are students or employees that don't have to be chaperoned every minute of the day. They can sit down and do their job. Goldman Sachs told me a few years ago, we love hiring UTSA investment society members because when they start, it's as if they've already been working for 6 months. These other colleges, we got to teach them how to do everything. Investment society, and they specifically ask for investment society members. So these guys, they sit down and they start working. We tell them what they need to do and they already have, oh yeah, I can get that over here. I can get that over there. I can write a Python program for that. So very impressive. They're picky in the classes they select. They select the classes that they think they may struggle in because it's really hard versus the classes that they think could be a pushover. They pick professors that have a reputation for being really tough. I can't tell you the kind of professor I am. You go to ratemyprofessor.com. I'm a 1, a 5, a 1, and a 5. Hated, loved. But, I make students write a lot of papers. Some students hate writing papers. Guess what you do when you graduate in finance? You write a lot of papers. So, you got to have teachers, professors that do that. Some professors don't do that. Why? Because they don't want to grade papers, which means you got to find the professors that are going to assign you papers, projects that you're doing hands-on stuff. You need real life projects. Why? Because you need a portfolio. I asked my class, some of y'all are in my class from yesterday. Remember I asked, how many of y'all have never written a paper like this and how much of the room went up? All over you in there. Remember, almost the whole room raised their hands. He didn't because he's had me before, but almost the whole room raised their hand. I've never written anything like this. What are you gonna put on LinkedIn? How many of y'all put your last multiple choice exam on LinkedIn? Here it is, C, B, D, E, B, A, C. See what I did? I answered. I can bubble in really, really well. That's not what employers want. Can you write? Can you do research? Can you find the data? So make sure you have a portfolio, build your network, and investment society is really going to help you with that. We have an alumni network. They want to help you. I've gotten several jobs just in the last few weeks, and my problem is I don't know you guys yet. So I sent the job out to a few students, but it's like, okay, I don't know enough students yet. I got to get to know this freshman and sophomore group so I can start sending them some of these jobs. So build your network. Your network is not just the alum. Your network are the people in this room. One of my friends who started a hedge fund in New York City, I asked him, what was your most important network? And I was thinking he was going to say it was buddies at work, the people he met in the CFA society, but he said, no, my most important network were my fellow college people in my classes, my peers in college. This is your network. These people in this room, you got to get to know them, and the investment society is going to help you do that. So get in this organization so you're doing the right kind of things. Plus, most firms are starting to look for a couple of things: student organizations and community involvement. So volunteering. You don't want to volunteer because you want to get it on your resume. You volunteer because you want to do good stuff. But the side benefit is it does help you a lot in the interviews. And then my favorite one, do what scares you. What is do what scares you? Anna just talked about that. She doesn't like public speaking, and yet she's a very good public speaker, isn't she? Were you that good of a public speaker 4 years ago? No, I mean, how does she get to be a good public speaker? Did she practice at home by herself? Do you think that worked? I used to be so scared to death of public speaking. My word, when I was in college, it's like, don't call, please. I sat there like, don't call me, please don't call me, please don't call me. Now I love doing it. I get invited to go speak to 500 people. I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Sounds great. I'd love to do it. To me, so stepping out, doing what scared me, I discovered, hey, I really kind of enjoy this. This is kind of fun to do. So do what scares you. What does that mean? Join an investor sector, join a class, run for an MD position this next time, get involved, lead a class, lead a sector, do something. Employers want to know that you're doing stuff outside of class. And the investment society lets you put a really hefty paragraph in your resume. So students come to me their junior year and say, Professor, help me with my resume. It's like, I can't help you with your resume. You needed to be working on it your freshman and sophomore year. It's like, there's no words. If you didn't do anything, there's no words. You know, I've had students that they worked at McDonald's, and boy, they've got the down. It makes it sound like they're the CEO of Alphabet or something, but you can exaggerate to just a certain extent. You got to actually do real life stuff. And the investment side is going to let you do that. So get involved, be purposeful, and making yourself have to get in those situations where you have to do stuff that scares you. You may discover the most enjoyable thing in your life is to do something that used to scare you to death. Gives you great responses on interview questions. Bond last year, he taught 2 classes, and we put them on YouTube. And so in the interview, he said, yeah, I was teaching this Excel class. And the interviewer said, oh, yeah, how did it go? And he said, oh, well, let me show you. So he showed them the YouTube video. That's pretty powerful. So not only did I do it, but I can actually prove to you I did it, and this is how it went. Fear can help you making decisions. I tell students, you know, you got 4 jobs, 4 offers. Which one do you take? The one that scares you the most. So easy, it really is. So just go for it. But then you gotta have some fun. So Juan Carlos is gonna help us have fun, but he's also gonna be doing stuff that scares him. You gotta do both. So have some fun. You gotta build that network. You have that network by doing socializing kind of things. And sometimes I think it's pretty simple. Get to your class early and talk to people around you. Ask them what they're doing, what they're studying, those kind of things. Go meet with your professors. A lot of students never talk to their professors. Go talk to them, ask them questions. So your freshman year, find a good, strong student organization. Your sophomore year, got to start applying for those internships. Your intern after your sophomore year is pretty important. When do you interview for summer of 2023? When does that happen? Anybody know? Like right now? Like 2 weeks ago. So yeah, you need to be doing that now. If you don't know what to do, go find the CSPC. Y'all know what that is? CSPD, what is it? CS, whatever, the place right next door here. Or up over there. The Success Center. All right, so they even got it in the titles. So Julio's department, they're there to make you successful. If you don't, I even asked them the other day, so can a student walk in and say, I have no clue? So yeah, they can do that. Walk in, I have no clue, tell me what to do. And you walk in and they'll help you out. So if you're scared to death like I was when I was graduating, I have no clue what to do. And so I just kept quiet. And it all worked out so fortunately for me. I was just very, very, very lucky. You don't want to rely on luck, right? This isn't the lottery. You got to put some effort into it. Junior year, focus on your major. So make sure your junior year, you're not taking finance courses that have multiple choice exams. That's not going to help you at all. You got to be writing papers, doing projects. And then start finding that plum job interview because internship, because usually internship after your junior year is what's going to be your full-time job. You just saw what Juan Carlos had, you know, that internship can become, and I think Anna's hoping for the same thing. And then start doing some leadership, run for MD, lead a class, those type of things. And in your senior year, that's when you're going to definitely be applying to many, even if you got a job offer, you know, you can still apply to a lot of different places. 20 years ago, when I was here, UTSA students were like, I got an interview here locally in San Antonio. Goldman Sachs would never hire me. I'm UTSA. JP Morgan would never hire me. And then Sergio came along and he went and interviewed for Goldman Sachs, got the job. Students started going to conferences. It was pretty hilarious. UTS students went to conferences scared to death. There's going to be all these Harvard and Stanford people. And then they come back and they go, Professor, they don't know anything. It's like, yeah, they don't know anything. The investment society is making you much smarter than Stanford and Harvard students. So it's pretty exciting. I loved it when one of our students, a San Antonio kid, went and worked for Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs actually called Sergio and said, is this guy going to take the job or not? We really want him. It's like, can you get him to call us back? So he took the job and he starts the job, and they had, I think it was a Stanford MBA student, and they had our UTSA undergraduate student was training the Stanford guy because he didn't know what he was doing. So I mean, that's UTSA. That's where you are. You're in a really good school. If you get involved, the investment society gives you a really unique way to get involved in ways that other students can't. So be engaged. So how can you get engaged? I don't mean to get married. You can do that too, but get engaged in your profession. So the investment society, we have what I want to start this semester. We'll see if this works or not. This is my idea. It might be a stupid idea, but I think it might work. So I have a lot of YouTube videos and I do them for my students. And yet I'm getting all these comments and emails from people throughout the world. It's like, I didn't build this for you in Europe or wherever you are. And they're emailing me, wanting all this kind of stuff. And I'm thinking, you know, if I were to really try, I'd probably get a lot of subscribers. I'm not even trying. I'm getting all these. So I want to create, or at least try to create, the UTSA Investment Society University. So this will be our inaugural semester. So we're going to have some sector teams. Those are teams that learn how to do stock screening in the fall, and then due diligence and research reports in the spring. You want to get that on your resume, you can do that. So the sector teams will get 3 things on your resume, 4 things really. You'll learn Excel, you'll learn Bloomberg, you'll learn Capital IQ, and then you'll learn how to do a research report. So 4 things to get on your resume, 45 minutes a week for 2 semesters. You get that networking, you get that experience, and you get 4 powerful things to put on your resume. That's pretty cool, right? You bring up your resume and go, oh, I got 4 things to add. When's the last time you had that? That's pretty powerful. And then classes, we have students teaching classes. We want 4 to 8 classes. The reason I'm limiting it is coming out of COVID, we had a lot of enthusiasm, too much. So this last semester, we had 28 of these things, but we didn't have enough students to fill them up. So we want to limit it. And what we want to focus in on is creating really high quality videos that we can get out there and share with the world, which means if you would like to teach a class or lead a sector, you can talk to me about that. And if we have too many, you can team up. So one can be teaching while the other is making sure the video looks good, and then switching back and forth gives you something powerful, even more powerful leadership to put onto your resume. So 3 to 6 sectors. We have videos already out there that I've already created, so you can teach yourself how to do it. And I'll teach you as well. I'll be there to teach you. So in the fall, what the sectors do, they do stock screening. You start with 500 stocks and you get down to a buy list of 10. And in the spring, you get from those 10 to your final recommendation by writing a research report. So that's what we do. That's pretty good stuff to get on the resume. And in the classes, we try to focus on stuff that have high demand. So Jason taught an Excel class last time. Waylon taught the Tableau class. We had the real estate class, which is the most popular one last time. We had the Capital IQ class. We're trying to teach things that you really want to get on your resume. I'm hoping Carlos might do the fact exam again. We'll see, because that has high demand. People don't show up, but then after the class, they email me and say, hey, do we have anything on the fact exam? So we really want to get that on video so we can just I almost said sell it to the other students, but you know, give it to the other students so they can get that done. So if you're interested in that, then talk to me about it. If you don't want to be the only person, you want to team up with someone, we can certainly do that. That'd be a good way to get kind of put a toe in the water. And we will have scholarships. So the best class. So Anna and Andrew, and who else won last semester? Forgot. So, who? Jacob. Oh, that's right, Jacob. So we had 3 winners last time. So we'll see this semester, you can win cash. And then the other thing, we will do the Costa Rica trip finally. Again, I'm hoping we take a team down to Costa Rica. We have a charity that does micro lending. So that's another good thing to get on your resume. I pay for the airfare. And so the number of students depends on where airfare is. And right now airfare is really high. So we probably can only take 8 students this time, but we'll see. Maybe airfare will come back down. But 8 students be good. Our very, very first trip we did about 10 years ago, we had 4 men, 4 women. It worked out really, really well. Most of them spoke Spanish, but it's not required, but we do need about half the students to speak Spanish. So if you're interested in that, email me and we'll have to figure out if we get more than 8, how I can work that out, but we'll figure that out. But it's really cool. It's a fun trip. I don't think anyone here went. Do we have anyone Costa Rican people here? So I can't give you any testimonials. Juan Carlos's brother went. But I do have videos from previous trips, but it's a really cool trip. We go to the most beautiful part of Costa Rica. We actually started a restaurant in Costa Rica. So we have our own restaurant and they have the greatest food. It's the most wonderful place in the world to eat, most beautiful scenery. So if you're interested in that, email me, let me know if you're fluent in Spanish. I mean, really, really fluent. I had one student going, I thought he was fluent. And then at the Taco Bell, I was translating for him, which is, if I'm translating for you, your Spanish is not very strong. So I needed to finalize the trip in mid-October. It'd be nice to have 4 men, 4 women, but we don't always do that. We had one trip that was almost all women and 6 women and 2 men. We had one trip that was 7 men and 1 woman, but I do like to balance it if I can, so that it worked out. All right, I went over my time on us. Sorry about that. But, all right, I'll stop there.
A lot of great information, useful for the society, and to answer the comments real quick, we will be sharing this stack of slides with y'all on our Discord and Telegram, maybe, possibly. So if you're on our socials already, you'll see it on Discord as well as Professor Sweet's Word doc that he just presented here. But as Sweet mentioned, we do have classes and sectors starting up this semester once again. So if you're interested in teaching this or even participating in, highly recommend it. I taught a class last semester. We definitely were missing quite a bit of attendance. So just feel free to jump in and learn something new, even if you're scared or don't know anything about the topic at all. Definitely email Sweet if you would like to teach a class or sector. This is the past schedule for spring of 2022. And at the bottom there, the date for this semester. Our schedule should probably be finalized by September 19th. So let us know beforehand, before that date if you want to teach. But here's a little example of what we have. Take a look, take a photo. We will be sharing the slides. And also, as Professor Sweet mentioned, this is the ICDI relationship we have. So the Investment Society creates a direct impact with small businesses in Costa Rica through our microloans that we provide with them. That's a photo from, I don't know what year, but Sweet's right there, 5 years ago, pre-COVID. So first one this after COVID right now, hopefully next semester. And we also have an annual New York trip. This one will be a tough one for MDs and I to pick up once again, but the way this works is that we're aiming to have a New York trip. We'll visit Wall Street, of course, mid-April and next year, so next semester if you're there. The applications and more details are soon to come later in the meetings. I'm not sure if Andrew has anything to speak about on that right now. Okay, perfect. More to come, but look forward to that, y'all. And then I'll have Jason, our treasurer here, come up and speak a little about membership requirements, dues. I'm sure we mentioned dues when we were tabling out there a while ago.
Okay, so for our membership requirements, what we ask for you guys, so we have, I guess, around 10 general meetings, and we at least want you guys to attend at least 6 meetings over the semester. For the class attendance, if you do want to attend a class sector, at least be there 50% of the meeting, or come at least 50% throughout the semester. Now, for social events, we're going to be having at least one social outing this semester. We do not know where it's going to be just quite yet. At least I don't know yet. But there are some dues that are required. So it's $25 per semester. But if you go ahead and pay $35, that covers 2 semesters. And going forward, we're going to start taking attendance starting September 14th. And for the people who want to start teaching classes, so our senior analysts and instructors will also be taking attendance as well, so we can get more people to start coming to class. Also reach out to any of us with any concerns or abilities to make requirements. For the STOL requirements, what you have to do is you got to contribute as much as you can. I know, guys, everyone is busy with doing coursework, but try to contribute as much as you can to the investment society. And we also ask you hold a managing director position for at least 1 semester, or you can go ahead and teach a class for at least 2 semesters or become a senior analyst within the sector. So if you guys have any more questions, please feel free to find me after the meeting today, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you guys have.
Thank you, Jason. So once again, on the STOLs here, I know a lot of us look forward to that, including myself, but just contribute to the investment society, make an impact here amongst us, and you'll receive your STOL by the time you graduate. Free of charge, that's why you pay dues. So these are pretty pricey and they look nice. Looking forward to getting mine soon. And here on this slide, we have our polos. These are traditional investment society polos that we have already a couple of them, and they will be on sale every meeting starting after this meeting, so next meeting, right? Next week, we will have all our polos here, and they are $25 for non-members. And by that, I mean if you haven't paid your dues yet, which we keep track of, the treasurer, Jason, will be in charge of that. And for members, those who have paid dues is $20 for the polo. And they're pretty nice material. A lot of our alum have that, including Professor Sweet. So the MDs will be repping that next meeting. And implementing this now to this semester, we are hoping to have a t-shirt design competition. Who prefers t-shirts over polos? I do. Okay, got quite a few people. So we decided on creating this competition here. If anybody's a graphic designer or is good at drawing, I myself draw on Procreate quite often. So I'll be emailing a design to the UTSA investors Gmail. This is due by the 21st, so we can get our order in by the end of the semester. So if you're interested in that, definitely take a shot at it. Just make it related to the investment society, and our logo's there. We will provide you the PNG of the logo on our Discord and Telegram for you to have if you're going to create art design for the shirts. And as we mentioned earlier as well, we do provide scholarship opportunities. Last semester were the classes and sector awards, and I was one of those. So definitely look forward to that if you're participating or teaching the class. One of the benefits of being in the investment society as well. And there's another thing I forgot to mention here. Starting next meeting, we will have our gift card raffle, which is a little tradition here as well. So we have 2 random selected members to get a gift card with like $20 to $30. We haven't set an amount yet, but that'll be starting next week. So join us for our next general meeting and you will have the chance to win a free gift card, break even on the dues. And lastly here is our MarketWatch competition. We mentioned this a lot during our tabling and marketing event we had last week. So here, this is in charge by Anthony here, our VP. So join our MarketWatch competition. You'll get, I believe it's 20K virtual money to be invested in the market here. And by the end of the semester, if you're a top performer, the top 3 winners will get a gift card. Cash value to be announced later in our meetings, but it's generally about $100 if you're a good investor. So try to beat the market there if you can. And this link is on the last slide coming here. There you go. So if you scan this QR code, it will be giving you the access to our whole link tree, which has the MarketWatch competition. You have to log in, start investing now. And then our LinkedIn, Instagram, Telegram, and Discord, all our social platforms that are necessary to stay up to date with us. And are there any questions about the investment society or any confusion?